Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope all today everything grand and all's well in the world. Today, people of the tube, we are doing a shootout. He fell off the roof. That's cowboy falling off a roof. Clint Eastwood. Never mind. Anyway, hi. So yeah, we're doing a shootout today, people of the tube. It's Tone Master Day. So we have the Fender Super Reverb Tone Master, we have the Fender Twin Tone Master, and we have the Deluxe Tone Master here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to do like a clean setting and a full out distortion, well, overdrive setting. I don't really do distortion. So I'm going to use the Strat for the clean tones, and I'm going to use my Les Paul there for the distortion tones. And basically what the distortion tones is going to be, basically going to be volumes on 10, but I'm going to attenuate it because, again, I don't want to die and these amps are loud. It's going to go Deluxe Clean, Twin Clean, Super Reverb Clean, and then Deluxe broken up, Twin broken up, Super Reverb broken up. Anything else to mention? Oh yeah, and by the way, people of Tube, when they're all done, we're going to daisy chain all these together and run them all on full whack. Well, I'm going to have them attenuated because, again, I don't want to die and I value my hearing and my life at this point in time. Not always been the case. But anyway, we're going to daisy chain them all together, and I'm going to use the room mic to capture what it sounds like in the room. That's the end. So, yeah, anyway, hope I've explained that okay. Makes sense. Anyway, let me just recap really quickly what we're doing. So we're going to do clean sounds and then broken up tones. So Deluxe Clean, Twin Clean, Super Reverb Clean, Deluxe broken up, Twin broken up, Super Reverb broken up. Strat for the clean tones, Les Paul for the distortion tones. Enough whiffle waffle. Let's go. Let's shoot out. Quick on the draw. Okay, with the tube. There you go. That's the sound examples of the Deluxe, the Twin, and the Super Reverb Tone Masters Clean and wound up to the teeth. So before I tell you what what my conclusion is, let me tell you how I had them set up. So the Deluxe, for the Clean, I had the volume on 2 and a bit. It was just over 2. Treble was on 3, no bass, and I had reverb on 4. And for the distortion, all I did is crank the volume to 10 and attenuate it down to, I think it's the 1 more. Oh yeah, 0.5. So I attenuated the Deluxe down to the 0.5 of a watt, so I didn't die basically, because when that thing's wound up all the way with the attenuator off, it's loud and ow. So that's how I did the Deluxe set. The Twin I had set with the volume on 2 for the clean tone. Treble was on 8. Middle was all the way up on 10. No bass, and I had reverb on 3. And again, exactly the same deal. To get distortion, all I did is kept the EQ the same and just cranked the volume to 10. No bright switch. Bright switch was off. Super Reverb was set. The volume was on 4. Some reason the Super Reverb is the quietest of the lot. I think it's because it's got 4 speakers to drive, not just 2 or 1. I don't know, but the Super Reverb is definitely the quietest of the bunch, which is weird, really. Well, without the attenuator, it definitely isn't. It sits in the middle. The Twin's definitely the loudest, the Super's in the middle, and the Deluxe is the quietest, like you'd expect, being wattages. So, Super Reverb, no bright switch. Volume was set to 4 for the clean, 10 for the distortion. Treble was on 4, middle was on 10, no bass, and reverb was on 4 as well. That's how I had the amp set. Like I say, I just gunned the volume to get distortion, you know. That's literally what I did. So, for me, there isn't an out-and-out winner. They're all fantastic. But if you were to twist me arm, I would say the Super's got the most definition. Me and Queenie were just listening upstairs, and she said it sounds the clearest. And I would agree. It's definitely got the most definition. I didn't like it for distortion, though. The distortion in the Super was quite scoopy and quite harsh. The clean tone was very clear, though. Really, really nice clean tone, but not my favourite. So, for me, for clean tone, the Deluxe won. For me, the clean tone of the Deluxe was just perfect. I found the Twin to be a little bit too thin, and I found the Super to be a little bit too bright. But the Deluxe was perfect. It was like the perfect clean. Like my idea of Fender clean, like the Deluxe was it. It was so. I was so happy with that. And then for distortion, my favourite distortion was the Twin. It sat exactly where I feel it should sit. I thought the Deluxe was a little bit too dark. Obviously, that could be modified by bringing up the treble. And I thought the Super Reverb was too harsh. Again, that could be modified by decreasing the treble. But for me, the Twin on distortion is amazing. I still love the Deluxe and the Reverb for that kind of like, you know, that big amp growl that they've got. But for me, the Twin was just like the nicest, richest, warmest kind of overdrive. Followed by the Deluxe and the Super Reverb. So for me, clean tone wise, it was Deluxe, Super, Twin. Distortion wise, it was Twin, Deluxe, Super. That's my kind of thingy. And again, these amps are fantastic. I need to get one of these, people who I have to get a Twin now, just to complete the set. You know, I need to get a Princeton as well. My God, my bank account is going to strain. Well, it ain't going to be for a while, let's put it that way, until I can afford one of those things. But I have to get a Twin because that is fantastic. I love that amp. I might just steal it. You know, where's my gun? No, I'm joking. No, I haven't. Anyway, but yeah, people tube, what do you think? What was your favourite and why? You know, what was it about such an amp? And again, let us know in the comment section below. I'd be very curious to read your comments on this one. Again, they all sound different. You know, there's not a single... They all have 3 individual voices, and they're all amazing for their own thing. For me, if I was to walk away with one, I don't know which one I'd pick. I really don't. People with a tube, do you know which one you would walk away with? Because I really don't. That is tough. That's a tough one to decide on. Anyway, what we're going to do now is have some fun. That's enough of that scientific nonsense. Shall we plug them all in? Shall we daisy chain them? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to daisy chain out of the vibrato input 1 on the Super Reverb into vibrato input number 2 on the Twin, out of 1 of the vibrato channel on the Twin into input of 2 of the Deluxe, out of the vibrato 1 in the Deluxe to the guitar. So it'll be kind of like dit, dit, and then to the guitar. And I'm just going to gun it. I'm going to leave the settings they are now. So everything is kind of set for how it was for the Shootout. But all volumes are gunned. They're all on 10. And they're all attenuated back to their first notch. Not the lowest one, the next one above. Because like I said in the last video, when you turn these tone masters down to their lowest attenuation, I think it kind of ruins the amp. It's too much attenuation and it kind of saps the amp. I don't think it does much good for them. So, let you know quickly. The Deluxe is set to 0.5 of a watt. The Twin, if I can get everything off the top. The Twin's set to 5 watts. And the Super is set to 1 watt. So that's 1 watt, 5 watts, 0.5. So yeah, and again, they are respectively 25 watts, 85 watts, 45 watts in the real world. In digital world, they're 100 watts, simulating that power. This is 85, right? The Twin is 85? Yes, I thought so. So yeah, so in IFO of the Valve ones, that's where wattage is. But again, they are all 100 watts digital power. But their 100 watts is kind of scaled in to reproduce what a 25 watt Deluxe would sound like, what the 85 watt Twin would sound like, and what the 45 watt Super would sound like. And the Super is 45, right? My God! Yes. I should just trust myself more often, people of the tube. I don't. I second guess everything when I'm on, well, in general, really. Anyway, that's enough whiffle waffle. So, I'm going to use the room mic as well for this. I'm not going to mic them up. I want you to hear it in the room, people of the tube, because this is going to be interesting. And again, the really cool thing about this distortion thing is, because we've already heard the sound examples, the Twin's quite bright. The Twin's quite bright. The Super's quite bright and scoopy. So that'll take the high frequencies. The Twin is really mid-rangey. And the Deluxe is quite dark and bassy. So you've got basically bass, middle, and treble in amp form. And again, they're just daisy chained. I'm not going to be doing any fancy la-di-darness with ABY boxes or anything like that. I don't have one for a start. So we'll just do it old school and daisy chain them because, you know, I love daisy chaining amps. There is something about daisy chaining that's very, very special and should come back and should be a thing. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go. Okay, people tube. So we have them all daisy chained together. Super's last in the line. So Super, Twin, Twin, Deluxe, Deluxe guitar. I'm going to turn them on sequentially. So you're going to hear the Deluxe first, added by the Twin, and then add the Super in the end, and it's just going to be all great, hopefully. Okay, so let's go. Deluxe first. Shall we turn the attenuation off? I think we shall. Watch out for your ears! Okay, PeopleTube, that was a religious experience, that last bit, I tell you. That was amazing. Okay, so it was fun with the attenuators, I've got to say, but without the attenuators, when they're all kicking. Oh my god! I wish you could have been here to feel that. That was serious. That was serious power. Oh! You'd feel like a god on stage with that. You would feel like a god. That was absolutely amazing. So yeah, and I thought I was doing the attenuated one. I was like, I'm going to do it without the attenuators for a little bit. And plus, because I was stood over there behind them, I wasn't getting the full clout of it, so it wasn't going to kill me. I thought I can keep it going for a little bit. Anyway, wow. So just in case anybody doesn't understand the daisy chaining thing, I thought I would just talk you through it a bit closer, sorry. So, what we're doing, we're coming out of the input 1 on the Super here. So we're coming out of there, and we've got a lead running, and coming into input 2 on the Twin. And then out of input 1 on the Twin, another lead, going into input 2 on the Deluxe, and then my guitar was plugging in here. And it basically just like, it links all 3 amps together, so they all run together. And again, you can. I started messing around at one point. I put the tremolo on the Super Reverb, and I put more reverb on the Twin, just to kind of like give a bit of distinguishing kind of like sounds. And that was really cool to have one with tremolo, one with loads of reverb, and then the Deluxe kind of fairly clean. That was mega. Anyway. I don't know what else more. I don't know what else more. That's great English. I'm a bit shell shocked. I don't know what more to say, People Tube. That was the most fun I've had with loud amps for ages. That was just humongous, especially with the Les Paul. Like, I was debating plugging a Strat into it, but I really wanted to hear it with a Les Paul because I don't know why. When I plug into a Fender amp, I actually prefer to play a Les Paul. I do like playing Strats through these things, but I prefer the sound of them, especially when they're wound up. I prefer the sound of them with a Les Paul. I like their grit and their grind. It's amazing. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this vid, PeterTube, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I need to get myself a Twin now to complete the set because these amps are incredible. They are incredible. I cannot rave enough about the Tone Masters. And again, you're starting to see them appear on the professional circuit now. Like I say, Mike McCready and Stone Gossard of Pearl Jam, they're using the Twins and the Deluxes. So I ain't seen anybody with the Super yet, but these things are incredible amps. They really are. And again, I have to get myself a Twin. I have to do it. I'm going to have to sell some stuff to afford it, but it's going to be worth it because these are amazing. I absolutely love them to bits. I really do. Anyway, which one did you prefer and why? And what did you think to the great big wall of noise at the end? Can't wait to hear that back. Anyway, until another time, PeopleTube, I'll see you again. If you like the videos I do here, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. The link to that is in the description box below, as well as links to my Bandcamp, where you can listen to my music. Other than that, that was like a religion. That felt like the first time I plugged into a Marshall Plexi and just cranked it. It was that kind of like, oh my god feeling. Yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. I wish you could have been here, PeopleTube. That was wow. That was just wow. It really was. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again. Fender, you ruled with this. You absolutely nailed it. See you again. Goodbye.